Hey everyone, welcome back to another Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay. So grab a brush, grab some models, grab some paints, and paint along with me. Let's rid our world of unpainted models, shall we? Yes! As always, huge shout out to Mr. Cody Rue and Adam. You missed a spot. Today I'm working on some Flayed Ones for my Necron painting challenge. I have 5 Flayed Ones to work on. I'm just going to have a great time. So far they're primed and shaded, and I'm going to just get as far as I can today, get as much done, hopefully get them close to completion, and then call it and get them done later in the week. So for next week I can work on the Chronomancer. It'll be good. So let's get started on this week's Painting with Jay. Yes. Hey everyone, welcome back. I missed Painting with Jay for a couple weeks, which is okay. Today I am going to be painting up these 5 Necrons, of course, Flayed Ones, which is cool. I've already primed them with Stynylrez silver primer, metallic primer, metal, and hit it with a non-oil shading. So now I'm just going to do a quick dry brush to pick up the raised areas, to bring back the shine. And yeah, look at that. I'm not going to paint for probably the full hour today. I think I'm going to go for like 45 minutes. I'm packing. Yeah, all good. So, yeah, I'll just paint for a little bit today. Get some as much as I can done. And then call it a night. But that's okay. We're going to get some progress done on some Flayed Ones. My Necron painting challenge is really coming along. I hope your painting challenges out there in internet land are coming along well too. Because yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm in the quasi home stretch. The biggest problem I'm having is I only have like 2 more weeks of Painting with Jay models. My other models in my Necron painting challenge I'm making into some videos. Some recommended videos that sort of videos that were really asked for by the viewers. Don't know what happened with this guy's hand. Whatever. That's okay. He'll just be pointy. Like that. Just broken. He did fall earlier, so maybe it was then. He's missing a chunk of his blades, but that's okay. He'll be fine. He just looks really cool. I like the actually missing fingers. Flayed Ones are cool. The models are very brittle. As anyone who's built these guys before would know, they're very brittle. I've dropped one and broke it already, but that's okay. The blades are very brittle, the hands are brittle, the legs are brittle. Like, it's a very skinny. I like the way that they're built. They look decrepit and cool like that, but it's just the downside is that they're very brittle. So today I'm just going to paint for a little while, get a few colors on. Heck, maybe, no, I don't, this could be a 2-week video. I'd prefer not. But, wow, this guy's already brittle too. They're so brittle models. As you can see, just the movement, I gotta be very careful when I'm doing dry brushes. I just want to do like an overbrush. Because it's just, oh my goodness, yeah. Cool. Gotta brace it when I paint. Cool. So yeah, I'll paint these guys. As I said, I have these dudes and then the Chronomancer, and that's pretty much it for the Painting with Jay videos for my Necron painting challenge. And then I'll get into some orcs eventually. I gotta build a lot of orcs and stuff, so I'm gonna probably take a couple weeks off from my Painting with Jays to get the. I have so many painting videos I really want to make, and I should really just film those, edit them. I have 3 filmed and like completely filmed painting videos that I've already made. I just gotta edit them. I just don't know how I'm approaching them yet, and it's that indifference that has really been holding me up lately. I gotta just do it. You know, Shia LaBeouf. Do it! You know, just do it. Yeah. But this week I'll have a few videos up, which is cool. Another, and it's gone. If I have time this week, I'll have another video about the GW price increases. But yeah, they're videos coming along. Gonna keep making them as always. These dudes are so brittle. That's what I'm gonna. Flayed Ones are brittle. Yeah. Once I get this color done, I'll do the golds, and then sort of the flesh tones. Get as much as I can done for a few minutes, Just get. I really wanted to film a painting with Jay. I haven't done one in a couple weeks. So. Cool. Done. Nice. So, one step done. Next, start the golds. Let's get the golds in. Alright, so next one. Big pointy brush. Let's start the golds. Now, what else? Not a whole lot is new and exciting lately. It's been a pretty uneventful couple weeks. Yeah. Yeah, not a whole lot done. I golfed a little bit over the last couple weeks. My wife was away for 2 weeks, so I spent a bit of time painting and golfing and relaxing and just doing stuff, keeping busy. I replaced the battery last weekend on my riding lawnmower. That was good. It definitely needed that. I love doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to do an oil change on it this weekend. I love doing small engine maintenance stuff. It's always fun. I replaced all the spark plugs on my motorcycle, so it's running really well. Yeah. Oh, dropped my guy. So, things are all good. It's still pretty it's not amazingly warm yet where I live. Because I live in Atlantic, Canada. It doesn't warm up for a while. So, it's still like only in the high teens, sometimes low 20s on a given day. I've said this multiple times, but what I love about Necrons is that simply with Necrons, you just start painting. And before long, I guess, they're done. Like, it's a much simpler color scheme. And things look good. That's good. It looks, it's easy. It's fun. So, look at that. And next one. Like I said, I've never had flayed ones before. So it's gonna be cool to get these guys on the tabletop into some games. I'm excited for the new mission cards. I think it'll be cool. The Pariah Nexus ones, I ordered them on the weekend, as well as the new Gene Star Cult Codex, and I want the objectives. I decided to splurge on myself. I spoil me. And so a bit of extra money, why not? I spent, not that I have it, but that's okay. I really wanted the larger objective markers for my games. That way it's easy to tell who's on and who's actually contesting. Yeah. Cool. These guys are really cool. So they're just very brittle. Flayed Ones, oh fish. The Adeptus Sororitas went on pre-order on the weekend. I think they were much more popular than the Genestealer Cult pre-order. But, yeah. I think some Genestealer Cult players are happy. I'll do a full Codex review when I get the Codex, of course. Or maybe when I do a second-hand one. With the information. So far, I'm really not the most impressed. Especially if the Orc Codex came out. Like, the Orc Codex is just everything I wanted in a Codex. And the Genestealer Cults is not. You know, it was one of those armies that started off really strong. Really strong in the edition, and GW nerfed it because the rule was too strong, apparently. And so it looked like they kept that theme for this edition too. For this edition's Codex, they nerfed the army-wide rule even more, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But so it might be one of those armies like Custodes that is starting low. And then maybe through some point drops or something in the future, they'll make it better. You know. We'll see. We'll see. So I think, based on, again, it's a little too early to tell, but it looks like the Adeptus Sororitas Codex, I think, is stronger than the obviously the Custodes, the Genestealer Cults Codex. But I still love the Orcs. And I'm excited to get these Necrons done and get onto my Orcs. You know, get my Necron army finished up. And then just get started having some fun and painting up my Orc army. There's going to be a lot of Orcs to paint in the second half of this year. The second half of 2024 is going to be all about the Orcs for the next several months. That means there's going to be tons of Painting with J content. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Tons of content. I have more content in my head than I can film right now, which is a great problem to have. That's going to be flesh. All right. The other things with these guys is I keep painting areas that, yeah, that's going to be flesh too. That's okay. I can always paint over it. But look at these. They're they have such character. Such character. Yeah. Time to get my painting challenge really on the way. I've had a good year so far. Just buying the 2 battle forces really put me a little bit behind, you know, just because it added 40 something models to my painting challenge. But that's okay. That's okay. You know, I'm just keep going, right? That's what we're gonna do. And I knew I was gonna buy models at the beginning of the year. Of course I knew I was going to, because I always do. But I'm net negative for models this year, which is good. 60 so far, but when these guys are done, it'll be like in the 70s, and for my net negative for my painting challenge, and then when the orcs are on their way, it'll just really start blasting out the numbers. Close to negative like 300. So orcs are yeah, I'm going to try not to burn out with orcs. I don't think I'll burn out. We're already to June. Where is this time going? You know? There we go. Perfect. I'll let the golds dry for a minute. Paint the black chest pieces in the meantime, I guess, with some gray liner. And I'm definitely going to be running out of time. I might have to use Magic of Television or something and pause it for a few minutes, because when I hit the shade, I'm going to run out of stuff to do. That's okay. If I Magic of Television this, that's okay. Because that's okay. Because as long as I make the video, we paint together, that's all that matters. I've been seeing more moose. Oh my goodness, I've seen like 6 moose in the last week or so. 2 weeks. So I got to drive very carefully to work, because they're there. And of course the usual deer as well, but yeah. Done. Another color. Love it. I can make these guys pretty quickly, because I can always just touch up the silver after. You know, I realized that in my last group I could just do a medium silver tone at the very end, touch up the areas, boom, done. You know, tends to blend pretty easily together. I can't do the greens yet. I could start the greens, I guess. No, they need to dry. That'd be jumping the shark a little bit. Cool. All right, let's get the shade on. And then I'm probably going to let it dry for a few minutes and then come back. Magic of Television this, that's okay. Because that way I can just keep going. Where's my shading brush? Did perfect. And some Agrex Earth shade. Let's shade the golds. Let it dry, come back. Keep highlighting up. Love it. But it's so much character in these models. They look really cool. And I'm just, they were excited. I kind of saved them for last because they were kind of the models I really wanted to paint. Of all the squads I was painting for the Necrons, these were the ones I wanted to paint the most. So I saved them as the last squad. And then after this next video, next painting with Jay is going to be the Chronomancer. And then all I have left are 3 Catan shards. Sorry, 2 Catan shards that I'm making a video series on right now. Sorry, not video, series of video on that. I might as well talk about that. So, one of my viewers, thank you by the way for making the suggestion, wanted me to make a video comparing, contrasting, just, you know, methods of painting, but also like efficiency, time, effort of airbrush versus like slap chop, right? Because slap chop is very preferred these days on how to paint models, and airbrush is still very preferred. And the problem is, I was trying to look, it was a great idea, by the way, a great idea for a video, and I'm definitely going to make it. I've started making it, in fact. But it's tough, because you can't make a video where you stack the deck one versus the other. Because if I chose a tiny model, let's say an Orc Boy, Airbrushing is not as efficient on a small model, especially a small model with some texture. An Orc Boy, I can probably slap chop an Orc Boy in like 20 minutes at most with highlights, my hands on it, plus drying time, of course. But still, it's not a hard painting challenge, right? With highlights, cool. But to airbrush, constantly masking and changing colors and being careful and the tiniest details, it would not be an easy target. Let's take the opposite end of the spectrum. A rhino, which I have several rhinos and razorbacks that I need to paint up. I'm probably going to paint them up as gray knights because they're the only ones right now taking vehicles out of all the armies I play. So that would be completely biased towards the airbrush. Airbrushes are amazing for large, flat surfaces, and contrast paints are not very good at large, flat surfaces, right? They're good at small, textured surfaces. So the entire deck would be stacked on the airbrush side. So I had to find a medium model with texture that would be both fun to airbrush and fun to slap chop. And I remembered I had a couple of these old Catan Shard models that I have had for a while. A viewer friend of mine gave them to me. So I was like, that's the perfect model. They're medium, so they're not biased one versus the other. They're both going to take a little bit of time. It has a lot of detail, and I can blend easily with the slap chop method, and I can easily blend with airbrush method. So I think it's actually as fair of a model as I could get for this experiment. And just to talk, that's the reason why I'm going to talk about why I chose this one. So it's very cool. So I'm going to make a video on that, and then I might as well tell you. You're my insiders anyway. I'm making this new video series called Remodel, and I've talked about it in the past where it's all about giving an old model a new chance. Something that you've had lying around, or you buy secondhand, or that you want to deconvert or convert or update to this latest edition. And my first model that I did was a Carnifex. I filmed it. I just got to edit it and put it out. But the next one I want to do is this secondhand Annihilation Barge. It's gold. It actually really fits my color scheme. I just wanted to make it look like my other ones and update it. So I'm going to make a video about ways, and also give some techniques on better ways to repaint this, because I'm not going to strip it. So better ways to prime over and bring this model to life with minimal effort and just really make it shine. So I'll be doing that as well. But let's Magic of Television. Be right back. Alright, so I've given them a few minutes to dry. Magic of Television. And now it's time to just paint some quick highlights on the gold areas, build back up the golds. And then we'll, paint some flesh tones for a few minutes. As I said, just get some painting in today. That's the whole point of the Painting with Jays, is just so that we can rid our world of unpainted models, right? 1 week at a time. It really adds up. An hour a week just set aside for this. I love it. It always feels weird the week that I don't do a Painting with Jay. It really does. But that's okay. I'm gonna do Painting with Jay this week, and that's what matters, right? Yeah, these guys look so gruesome. I love the character on them. Great models. Yeah. What else is new and exciting? Not a whole lot. As I said, I'm watching a lot of baseball. Blue Jays, unfortunately, aren't playing amazingly. We're about 500. I think we're one game just under 500 as of today's game. It's not over yet. But Blue Jays aren't playing so well. We just got rid of one of our players that we've had for a long time, Kevin Biggio, which he has not been playing amazingly. I'll give him that. He has not been playing amazing. He's the son of All-Star Craig Biggio. I think that's kind of why he was kept so long, was his name. I think a little bit. He's known for being like a picky hitter, but lately he just keeps striking out on borderline pitches. So the Jays got rid of him, which sucks. We'll see what happens. I bet a few other teams are going to be lining up to get him on the waiver line. We'll see. GW had a price increase recently. I'll make a video on that too. Didn't seem substantial. Obviously, price increases suck because that means we can afford things less and less, but really didn't seem substantial. It's like, I think it was $10 for a combat patrol. It was like $5 for the battle forces. So it's not terrible. The codices, I think, stayed the same. Some things went up like $3. So I'll talk about those in another video. Cool. Look at that. Another color done. Let's finish up the golds and then start the, I'm just going to do the base coating for the flesh tones. And then go from there. That's it. Just keep painting. Paint for another 10, 20 minutes. This may not be the longest painting with Jay, but that doesn't matter. It's that we're setting aside time in our busy calendars to rid our world of unpainted models, shall we? You know, that's what it's all about. There we go. Cool. Yeah, Blue Jays have not been amazing. Hockey's still going on. We're in the final. The Stanley Cup playoffs should be over in the next week or so. Florida versus Oilers, Edmonton. I'm cheering for Edmonton because I would like a Canadian team to win, but I think Florida's probably going to win. I'd love to see Edmonton win. I just don't think they're going to. I could be wrong. They lost game 1. So we'll see. Yeah. Canada's getting a WNBA team. They announced that a couple weeks ago. Toronto is getting one for not next year, the year after. That's cool. They'll support one. I think they'd sell out. Toronto supports sports. You know, our teams aren't even good and we support them. We had one really good year for the Raptors. Jays have been okay a couple times in the last 10 years. Yeah. Maple Leafs. We've made it past the first round of the playoffs once in the last 20 years. Not this year. We have the best way of just, you know, forcing Game 7 and then losing. Yep. It's getting flesh toned. Yeah, this next color I'm going to bring back some of the flesh tones that are, you know, the Flayed Ones have the skin stretch of them. There was a hand. It's just I couldn't keep the hand on this guy. It was too frail. So, whatever. Didn't make it. Look at that. Cool. Next color. I'm going to switch up brushes. Thin down some light color. What am I going to go with? I go with Screaming Skull. What color do I want to go with? That's a good question. The flesh tones. I'm going to use just the Gilliman flesh. And I'll use some Wraithbone. Yeah, let's use Wraithbone. So I'm just going to thin down some Wraithbone. Oh, gotta give it a good shake. Thin it down with some Lamy Medium. Start the flesh tones. If I get pretty far, we'll see. You know, I'm just going to keep painting for another 15 minutes. And then call it a night. That's okay. Get these guys done this week. Get the Chronomancer done next week. Life's good. 1 week at a time, right? That's all we can do. That's a good goal. Don't push yourself too hard, because then you might burn out. Just have a good time. Enjoy the ride. Because I'm going to make a video on this too. Actually, I'm going to talk about it a little bit right now, but I'm going to make a video on it in the near future. I was talking with a guy who organizes some of the local tournaments, and I asked a question. And maybe I'm off my rocker. Maybe I'm the minority in this. I just was saying I love the new Orc Codex, and I would love to bring Green Tide. Cool. And then I asked him, I said, so just so you know, I've had my orcs for a long, long time. They're on the old bases, and he pretty much interrupted me and was like, dude, you can't have them on the old bases. So the only way they'd be acceptable in his tournaments, and he runs most of the tournaments in this area, is for me to rebase them all. So that maybe I'm the minority here, and I just was like, oh crap, I didn't even think about that. Because they've been on the new bases for a while, he said that I have no excuse. And he does understand, of course, that I have to rebase an entire orc army, I have to go buy 300 bases, and then I have to buy all the basing materials, and then I have to chop them off the old bases. It's a process, right? It would take a good amount of time. But he did not give me the benefit of the doubt in it. So I'm going to need to rebase an entire orc army before I can play the orcs in a tournament, which really hurts my heart a little bit. Really hurts. So that's going to be a fun challenge. So while I'm doing the orc painting challenge next, I'm probably going to be rebasing 200 and something boy-ish models, right? The knobs, the boys, ludas, burnas. Whew, it's going to be fun. And again, maybe I'm just the one. Maybe I'm just being silly here, and I didn't even think about it. I just didn't think about that. I didn't think that would be a requirement, but apparently it is. And I do agree. I understand. It would be modeling for an advantage technically, especially if I'm running Green Tide, because the difference between the 25mm bases and the 25mm bases and the 32mm bases, there's a significant difference, right? I get that, especially with Green Tide. The amount of models you can fit on the table, it'd be so much easier to move your guys around. But I just don't want to. But if I have to, I have to. I'm not throwing away my orc army, right? It just adds the challenge. So maybe I have to paint my orcs and then maybe rebase the rest, or at the same time. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Am I being silly? Am I right? I don't know. Doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, I guess, because either way I have to go to the tournament rules, and I don't want to get kicked out of a tournament for modeling to an advantage. Don't want that. So, look at this guy. I just love the way these guys look. So much character. Cool. After the next step, it'll really bring them to life, too. Wake me up. Can't wake up. Who doesn't love an Evanescence reference? This guy reminds me of Phantom of the Opera. Hello, Clarice. Or Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. Again, so much character, these guys. They look awesome. Nightmare to put together. But they have great character. Which once again, when I save them for last. For all the squads. Really wanted to paint these guys. And that's how I rewarded myself. So like when I start my orcs, I'm going to be painting grots for the first couple weeks. Maybe not with my painting with Jays. We'll see. But it'll be fun to get all my orcs done. And once I get those done, it's really just a few Grey Knight models. And then, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Probably rebase a bunch of armies. Update some armies for this edition. Keep going. Play AOS. I don't know. Yeah. Haven't decided yet. It's a pipe dream, right? We all wonder what we're going to do the day that we finish painting up all of our models. It's a pipe dream. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Cool. Look at that. He's done. How many minutes are we at? 13. Okay. In this part. Yeah. I don't know. I should make a video on that, asking people's opinions. Yeah. Cool. I really like these guys. They look really awesome. Do some quick highlights on the flesh after the Gilliland flesh dries on them. And they'll look cool. Just hunks of flesh hanging off them. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, there's a guy's hand hanging from that guy. I love it. I love it from this guy's hand. It's amazing. Really cool character. Yeah, I'm excited for the summer. The next couple months are going to be crazy. You know, yeah, I'm going to do some cool stuff. I'm going to go to a music festival. That'll be fun. I'm hopefully going to have some family over. I haven't seen a lot of my family in years, so it'll be really cool to see them again. Yeah. Where's this guy's head? There we go. Around this. And I really like the look of these guys because the flesh is going to be very matte and dull and gross, and it just really has a good contrast to the metallics, which are a bit shiny. These are really cool models. I'm glad I'm painting them up. had them in my collection for a while, since the Pariah Nexus box set came out, right? And now the Pariah Nexus rules are out. I need more flesh. Let me open it there. That's it. Cool. 4 down. I thinned down the paint a bit, so it should be pretty dry in a second. Shouldn't take too long to dry, which is good, because then I can mix a thin Gilliman flesh contrast paint and really get these guys done. And if you accidentally like overpaint, like Adam, you missed a spot there, it's okay, because the flesh areas can just cover up anything, right? It'll look like flesh. Cool. Just the flesh hanging off them. They look so cool. I can't wait to get them in a game. Play some Flayed Ones. Just one small squad of 5, of course, but that's okay. Cool. That's all. Oh, there's that one part too. I thought there was a piece on his shoulder pad. I really do hope all you guys out there in internet land are having a great spring / autumn for my Australian friends, and having a good life, you know, ridding a world of unpainted models. Look at that. Cool. Done. So that's that step done. How about do yet? I might end here. I don't know if I have a few more minutes. So let me grab a wet palette, my plastic palette, some Gilliman flesh, some contrast medium, and I'm going to do a really watered down Gilliman flesh, just because I really want to bring the skin tones to these areas, but I don't want it to be overwhelming, you know. But it'll be a good contrast because it'll be a matte flesh tone with the metallics. And then all I gotta do left is the green areas, touch up the silvers, basing, Bob's your uncle, you know. And then I have, this is perfect. So then I have 5 more models done. 4 more Necron models left to go. And I'm trying to get them all done by the end of this month. That's my goal. That way I can start a whole, it finishes up a, oh yeah, that's dark. Has some flesh tones to it. It'll dry nice with some contrast in the raised areas. I just absolutely love these contrast paints. But as you can see, I have video content coming, just slowly but surely. Keep with me. I promise you, it'll be out eventually. I just need to edit, and I'm getting a little, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's, I'm not afraid to edit these videos. I'm being very, not perfectionist, but yeah, I really am putting a little bit of my pressure on myself. I just gotta release them. Because these are not gonna be giant be-all, end-all videos that will get 1 million views, right? But I just like making content. I like improving people's painting and helping people on their journeys, right? That's what I like to do in any way I can. So I'm gonna keep doing that, right? That's what it's about. Oh yeah, look at that. That's some good flesh tones. That was decrepit. Definitely can. I like it. When this dries, that's going to look fantastic. Today, when I started the day, these weren't even primed. Just assembled. Primed them. Shaded them. Dry brush. You know. A few colors. They're not done yet, obviously. I still got to do the greens, and then some touch up on the silvers, maybe some highlighting of the flesh colors, and then call it. And then that's another group of models done. This Phantom of the Opera looking dude. Next up, this guy. Yeah. I filmed this one video. I'm going to actually re-film it on avoiding burnout. But I think because I filmed so much content recently, I think I can film it better. I've been fooling around a little bit with some minor effects, like some minor zooming in during my videos, just add a little interestingness to my videos, make them a little more entertaining, which I hope people are noticing. But yeah, I've been loving making content. I've been back for almost a year now. It's been such a crazy year, It was about this time last year that I decided that I was going to start making content again. I came back in, I don't remember, July or August. Late July, early August, somewhere in there. And it's been a whirlwind since. It's been so much fun. And I've gotten so much done. Cool. Look at that. These contrast paints work so well. In fact, I should have mixed up a little more with my for this batch. That's okay. But look at that, a little wraith bone, and then some contrast paint, and these areas look awesome. Can't wait to show you all my. I didn't do a halfway video. I should have done a halfway video for my Necron painting challenge, but I just didn't. I kept painting. Whoops. That's okay. I'll do a final video, I guess. And oh, I pulled an atom. I missed a spot. It's okay. Let's quickly fill that. There we go. I'll come back to him in a sec. Just clean up a few areas. There we go. There, that looks awesome. This guy. There. Perfect. Just preventing some clumping of the pigments. Yeah, that's gonna look great. Good. Final one. Now all I've left is the green areas. And then I'm pretty much done. I'll base them and clean up the colors and base them, and you know, that'll be it. Another squad done, which is nice. One less squad to worry about. 4 more models. As I said, last month I bought more models than I painted. So it's been this month I'm definitely not purchasing any large quantities of models. I'm just going to simply finish what I have. Yeah, a little more, get them done. You know, get her done. Yeah, if I can get the Necrons done, then do a huge amount of orcs starting in July. Again, I'm going to be away for a bit, so it's not... but I have the whole half a year, right? My goal is to get my pile of shame done this year, or very close. And even though I don't get it, if I come really, really close, I'm still happy, because that means I got a lot of work done. And it means next year I'll be almost done. This guy was the one, yeah, right here. Perfect. Done. Look at that. So in this video, I've gotten them like 3/4 of the way done. Here they are. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. He's going to dry. But let's end here. Let's end now. So that concludes another Painting with Jay. As always, huge shout out to all of you and thank you for painting along with me. And I really do hope you're reading a world of unpainted models. Please leave comments in the comment section down below about how it's going. What do you think about, do I need to rebase an entire army? I'm going to make a video. I think I should make a video about that, asking people if it's a good idea. Just everything that I covered today. Let me know your thoughts. How's it going? I'd love to hear about that and how are your painting challenges coming along. I really do hope that you're reading a world of unpainted models too, and that together we're just going to be done in the near future. Yes. So stay tuned for more Painting with Jay. Until next time, Jay saying happy painting with me.